Tick, tock, tock, tick, tick to the tock to the tick.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And there were papers all over the floor. New content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Well, it said Ultra Deluxe, didn't it? It's finally time for the Ultra Deluxe part! It's not just that one ending at the bottom of the room.
That'd be kind of underwhelming for an entire release of the game.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Yay.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too, I paid $20 for it.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Oh boy, I can't wait!
Bricks.
What about you, Joel?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
We can jump!
Cool.
But it's a 30 more.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And, oh wait, there's more. Very good.
Oh boy!
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophy, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. Oh, it's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
You called me an idiot multiple times! Then again, I called Joel
We're
an idiot
not
multiple
friends.
times as well.
We're not friends, narrator.
Joel!
I was talking to the narrator,
Oh, okay.
not you. We're friends. We're
Yay.
friends.
This looks different.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Now this is... the new Persona 5 expansion looks weird.
You have no idea how happy I am you said that.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was solid with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Huh. The guy's missing an eye.
The original remake. Let's begin again. Trip down memory lane. Adola. Demonstration. It is impossible to get this achievement. Don't play for 5 years.
I actually got that achievement recently on Steam.
Nice.
And as I said, I got the 10-year one for this version. System clock.
New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth.
College has shown uneven effort to enroll poor.
Call Cinder new tech to attract diversity. 50% off designer hat, but a small creature owns the other half.
Huh.
Stanley Parable deals tough choices.
Oh, and me dead!
It's my corpse! Hooray!
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Don't need any
Showing
reviews except
Stephanie
this one.
Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that,
Like
Stanley?
Persona?
Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all.
Joel,
It is an
we are
Stanley
vindicated.
Parable.
Vindication!
Lifeless heart.
Baby, 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 baby! Yeah!
Vindication! If you're wondering, yes, this is why I wanted to do this Let's Play. Purely for that! Vindication!
And to think what we decided not to play instead played this. Yes, it's
Everything's
Persona.
intentional here at Bowser Galaxy 10, ladies and gentlemen.
The end is never the end is.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
The Stanley Parable Collector's Edition.
I want a scarf.
The Adventure Line scarf.
Da 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 da.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley?
Formulaic plot
twists. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Yay!
Alright, this way.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Of course he forgets about that part.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Pressurized
Surely
Gas.
These reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Steam.
Oh.
Steam reviews. Oh no.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Man, so many Pressurized Gas reviews.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel
the sad thing is,
like a failure.
Probably the people who wrote those reviews will never see them in the game.
Isn't quite as sterling as I always remember.
Which makes me a little sad.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes,
or does this look like a freaking bunker? Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past
clock!
it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went
This
on
sounds
for
like
nearly
an AI
10,000
written
years, until just yesterday,
something
here and there, forward
where
and
it's
back,
like
and
it
never
sounds
remember
like
to
something
watch.
that makes sense until you try to figure out what it
Only
means.
thing there is, how many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see,
Fun fact,
both of these things
behind the
at once.
camera,
If
I'm
you are
giving
both
Joel
making
the
choices
option to
and
skip
not making
to use the
choices,
skip
and they are
button
both
anytime.
affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look. I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise,
That is a
manifesto,
nice plan.
treatise,
Dude,
manifesto,
don't you agree?
manifesto,
There's like a
treatise,
bunch of leaves on it, and there's
treatise,
some branches,
manifesto, treatise,
and it's in a
manifesto,
pot,
treatise, manifesto,
just like Piranha Plant,
treatise,
who has a very
manifesto,
well-animated dash
treatise,
attack. I bet you didn't know how well-animated
treatise,
Piranha Plant's dash attack is.
treatise,
It's actually very well-animated, surprisingly.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit.
You got me monologuing!
The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, Surely, whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation.
Right.
Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review. So
you mentioned Persona 3, which doesn't have a skip button.
Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
He left. That jerk. He left us. Well, Joel, press the skip button. You know what, Joel? Press the skip.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Oh, boy.
I don't feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door, as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Did you find a door?
It's just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem?
Oh, we lost the light.
Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have
there's a fire alarm.
idea who they are. What would it ever
Doesn't
really
mean much.
Here I am.
If a fire happens, we die.
Every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me, the merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken. If only, please. pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me, and surely...
Press that button again!
Oh my God, you're right.
No, the other one! First one!
Press the button!
My howls of fit... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Well, we lost a lot of
my
lights.
goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking, and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to... Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with,
Well, Sora did at one point.
there is only the turning
plant!
opportunities.
No! Planty! No! No, narrator, you don't understand! The plant is dead!
The plant!
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 And when that
Joel,
feeling had begun to subside,
if we water the plant now, and then press the skip button, the plant will be grown by the time we get back. Do we have a watering can?
I don't know, maybe there's one behind the wall.
You're right.
Look behind the wall.
It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust.
Is there watering can? There must be a watering can. Is that a locker or something? What is that? No, that's just a piece of wood.
There is no water.
There's no water. No, there's no water. What do we do? How do we survive this long without water?
Narrator, get us water by the time we get back.
Mr. Narrator? Did you get
the water?
Is there some water? Maybe it's behind the wall. Water? Is there any water?
There's no water.
There's no water.
He must be still trying to find some.
Maybe we skip again. Oh, the clock fell off the wall.
Oh no, the fire alarm's going off. The clock! No.
I didn't see what time it was.
Is there at least water?
I didn't see what time it was. What time is it?
I don't know.
It's 12:54.
5000 AD. Huh. Oh, we'll be fine.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes?
Hey, dude, do you have the water?
They gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then...
Did you get the water?
They said, First, he didn't entertain
you must
us.
have
Now
done
when
something
shut up. It's the
because the
inconsistency.
thing's out of battery.
It's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to
clock
examine
change?
with an uncompromising
I don't know.
heart the words that they are speaking into the world.
The plant is still
As though there
dead.
were no consequences for a lack of
Plant.
cohesion in one's assessment of
Plant's
art. But of
still
course,
dead.
absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands
Here, I'll
that
spit on it,
everything
and then
and are
use the
accountable
skip
to
button.
nothing. We get a world where someone will say, there should be a skip
That was
button.
more than
You
the
should be
spit.
able to freeze
Oh,
Stanley in
God.
place while the narrator's...
You know, I'm starting to think that the plant's not gonna grow back. Because we don't have sunlight. Water!
Water. Water. Where's the water? I heard a drip. Where's the water?
Water, water. Water and water and water.
Water and
There's
water,
no water.
water, water.
There's no water.
Guys, where?
But if
What?
we skip, there'll be more water.
If it's dripping, that means that over time there'll be more water. So if we skip ahead, there'll be tons of water.
The end is never the end, 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 is...
I thought the word. What?
More water! Water! Water!
Wait, can we move the plant? Can we move the plant? Why can't we move the plant? What a stupid video game is this? I'm leaving a negative review. I can't move the plant.
God damn it. I got it.
Gosh
If we use
dang
the
it.
skip button.
Mr. Narrator, why can't I move the plant?
Joel, if we use the skip button, the water there'll be enough water to help the plant.
Aha!
Plant! No!
I hate this game so much.
Plant!
Why did you do this to us, narrator?
No! Why? God! Why did we anger? What did we do to anger you? Hey, sunlight.
Hey, look! Sunlight! Fancy that!
Maybe the plant will live! Now that it has sunlight!
I don't think so.
I mean, the fact that it hasn't disintegrated means something, right? It must actually be keeping alive down there!
I don't know. I feel like this is another... I feel like we can put this with Shriek as top 10 saddest anime deaths.
Don't worry, plant. You will live. Plant, you did it!
Yay, plant!
See, Joel, the plant did it! It grew! It grew so much! I'm so proud of it!
Yay, plant!
I'm so proud of it!
Plant!
My God, we did
Top
it!
10 redemption arcs in anime.
Yes! Don't worry, plant. I'll see you soon. Plant! No!
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Plant! No! I don't want to live in this time.
Why are you being spoopy?
Oh God, I've seen enough horror to know where this is going. God, press this before Jason comes. No! No, press it!
Oh, the button fell over.
Oh.
Look, way out!
Finally,
Oh wait,
I
can we
get
press the button? Can we still press the button?
No, it's not working anymore.
Oh.
But don't worry, we can see the beautiful world we had. Well, we found Anakin's hell.
But there's only one sun, not two. Well, welcome to a Let's Play of Journey 2.
Oh boy, it's gonna get even weirder. Do you remember that time where Bowser Galaxy 10 went through the game of Journey? Pepperidge Farm for a sec.
By the way, I don't think I had seen that meme until I don't think I saw that meme until long after that.
Oh great, the world ended. Well,
but
the world ended.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Oh well, at least we had Vindication, right? Well, guess that's it. See you guys next time. Take care.